Hello, welcome to Crystal-Clair Divination. Today we are going to continue with Chris Ann's The Light Seer's Tarot and Guidebook. And we are on the Four of Pentacles. Alright. Oh, I just did that tongue clicking thing, didn't I? I hate that. I apparently used it all the time, and it drove people nuts. And then once I became aware of it, it drove me nuts. And I quit doing it for a long time. And now sometimes I'm doing it again for some unknown reason. All right. Oh, so I went and listened to the song, and I had the name wrong. There is one, I Feel Sorry for You, or I Feel Bad for You, but it's a different song. But that's also on one of my playlists. But the one I was referring to was I Wasn't Enough for You. Yeah. I don't like the title, but that's what it's called. And I had the lyrics all wrong, which is funny because you know when a song comes on and you hear the song, you just sing along with it. Right? You're not really thinking about it anymore. You're just singing along with it, and you can get every word. But then when you go back later and try to recall the song, it's just, for me anyway, it's just all mixed up. All mixed up because this is it in the shadow seer position. So yeah, I had the words all wrong and everything. I listened to it like 3 times. Finally got it out of my head, and now I don't know how much time I have left to get anything done, but I had to get it out of my head. You know what I'm saying? So, Four of Pentacles, Light Seer, stability, savings, success. Sorry, slow down. Generosity, accepting your worth, being in flow with the universe, feelings of gratitude, helping others in times of need. Helping others in times of need. All right, flip it around. We have Four of Pentacles in the shadow seer position. Hoarding. Coveting. Lack of mentality. Placing too much value on money. A need to be more charitable. You're building your life coin by coin, and you've reached a moment of stability. Getting here signifies an interval when you can rest, reevaluate, and take stock. Likely, you are being reminded to double check these foundations and to save some money for a rainy day. How do you feel about your finances? Continue toward your goal without over-focusing on your possessions, and let go of any jealousy derived from another person's position in life. Well then, negative feelings around abundance will breed energy blockages big enough to hold back even the most magical of trajectories. The tighter you try to hold on to things, the more you block yourself from stepping into the flow of wealth and happiness. If a scarcity mindset is haunting your actions, ask yourself if you are looking down on others based on how much money they have or don't have. Actively save and give in the world, and focus on feeling excited and expansive. I live an abundant life, and I have more than I need. I live an abundant life, and I have more than I need. Man, Now we're preaching to the women and their closets. What has the world come to? Preaching to the women about their clothes and their shoes, their jewelry and their hair products. Right? An abundant life, you have more than you need. Time to start bagging some things up, boxing some things up, go down to the local homeless shelter or the children's home, consignment shops. Man, I called a local consignment shop and I was like, hey, I want to bring some of my stuff in. And they said, a minimum of 40 items. We're going to keep it for X amount of time. And every so often, we're going to mark the price down. And when it gets down to $1, then it'll only be on the racks for, a couple more days. And then once you've reached your max time, which is 75 days, then we're going to donate your stuff. And I was like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah. We will continually mark down the price, and when it gets to where it's been here for 75 days, we're going to donate your stuff. And I said, well, who do you donate it to? And she said, oh, I don't know. It's just a truck that comes. We just have an arrangement, and someone comes and gets the stuff and it donates. And I'm like, but you don't know where the stuff goes. And they're like, no. I was like, so every 75 days, or even more often than that, because people didn't all bring their stuff in on the same day, but you're continuously going through your racks and taking clothing off the racks and donating it. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, well, that's my stuff. That's my stuff. So at the end of 75 days, whatever mine hasn't been sold, shouldn't I have the option to come and get it? No, we don't do it that way. I was like, what do you mean you don't do it that way? That's my stuff. And she said, well, I guess if you really wanted to come and get it before the end of 75 days, then you could come in and you could go through the racks and find your stuff. And I'm like, but you're going to do it anyway. Why can't you go ahead and do it? And then I can come in and pick my stuff up. And then if I want to go donate it, I can. Or I can hold on to it and take it to a different consignment shop or have a yard sale or whatever. And she was like, yeah, if you want to come get your stuff, you can come get it before the 75 days is up. But you'll have to go through the racks and pick your stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever, I'll do that. And then I got to thinking about it. How many people agreed to that? How many people are just like, yeah, I'm going to put myself on consignment and continuously accept less and less for whatever sells. And then at some point you can just give it all away. Because if that's the case, why wouldn't you just go ahead and donate it? Right? Because I told her that I had well over 100 items I wanted to bring her just to donate, that they could just sell. But there were some higher things, right? Some higher priced items that I wanted to put on consignment for a while. And so after that big conversation about that big discussion, she said, well, what kind of stuff do you want to put on consignment? And once I explained it to her, she told me very clearly, we don't put that kind of stuff on consignment. I was like, oh, I guess that's where I should have started with all of this. So, 5 of Pentacles. But I just thought that was so odd. How do you not know where these items go? You made an arrangement with someone to come pick this stuff up and you don't know where it goes. I got this picture in my head, and this is probably just a judgment, right? A very bad judgment, right? I'm a judgy bitch. But I just pictured them coming and picking up these items and then taking them to another town nearby with another store just like that one. And then I thought to myself, it's probably their store. It's just another location by a different name. And I just thought that's kind of, and so anyway, the card, the 4 made me think of that, because I was like, that's how that felt. That card in reverse, that's how it felt dealing with her. And I'm not going to do that. But I am looking to have a yard sale as soon as my dad gets the yard cleaned up so that people aren't scared to walk into the yard. I'm going to have a yard sale and just get rid of that stuff. So we will be doing, I already showed you this, we're going to be doing the 5 of Pentacles next. I'm going to go ahead and change this out while I'm thinking about it. Anyway, y'all have a blessed and beautiful day. Until we meet again and beyond. Bye.